Hi, everybody. Welcome to a live episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi Fruit Loop. What you know?
Well, I got strangled here a minute ago, but did you know that a dozen bodies were once found in Benjamin Franklin's basement?
Oh, Lord.
See, that's what I said. But what it was the bones were discovered during a 1998 renovation of the house, and they were identified as being from nearly a dozen people, including six children. But the most plausible explanation is not mass murder. It's because there was an anatomy school run by Franklin's young friend and protege, William Houston.
That's weird. Mm.
Very weird.
Well, so we're doing this live because we were going to do an episode anyway. And then yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of Lori getting arrested in Hawaii. So I put out it was today, but I had not had my coffee. So dates were a little cloudy. So I corrected that, but we're going to go through some numbers because I always like to do days. How many days since this happened? So we're going to go back all the way. It's been 1,420 days since Joe Ryan died. And I always include him because I always say if she did not murder him, she killed him with the way she treated him about Tylee and how she just made his life miserable. It's been 956 days since Charles was murdered. 927 days since Kay first reached out to detectives in Arizona about JJ. 904 days since Lori, Alex, JJ, and Tylee moved to Rexburg. 896 days since Tylee was murdered. 882 days since JJ was murdered. 856 days since Tammy was murdered. 819 days since the welfare check by Rexburg PD at the townhomes. 732 days since Lori was arrested, and 622 days since Chad was arrested. So when we say the long road to justice, we mean it. This is, we're not even going to trial for almost a year, 11 months. And God knows when Lori will go to trial. So she was arrested February 20th, 2020. And initially, if you remember, she was held on a $5 million bail.
Yep.
I mean, do you remember that first appearance? I always felt so bad for that first attorney that she had. If
Yeah.
you remember, like his face was so red, and I don't think he had a clue maybe how big this case already had gotten in the media before he represented her. But if you remember, he kind of laughed at one point during the bond hearing, or when they set her bond, and she turned and gave him like the laser eyes.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, I got caught.
Yeah. And if you remember, she kind of had that little smug attitude there in court the first couple of appearances. I really think she thought she would get bond.
Yeah.
Did you get that document? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did. That's why I was texting you. I was like, oh wait, I don't have a document up.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry,
No,
guys. You're live. It's a little hiccupy.
yeah.
So initially, she was arrested on 2 felony counts of desertion and non-support of dependent children, resisting or obstructing officers, criminal solicitation to commit a crime, and contempt of court. So, Fruit Loop, what are her current charges? We've come a long way since February 2020.
Yeah, so her current charges are conspiracy to commit first degree murder, and that's for Charles in Arizona. First degree murder for JJ Tylee in Idaho, and conspiracy to commit murder for JJ Tylee and Tammy, and then grand theft in Idaho for collecting 5 months of Social Security benefits.
Yeah. And so if you remember, it just because we didn't have the podcast at that time, and we just kept thinking, how is she still walking around? I mean, these kids haven't been seen since September. It's at that point, January, February, and then it feels like they're never going to get arrested. And we felt that way with Chad after she was arrested in February. He wasn't arrested until June. It was a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Chad essentially has the same charges. He has a murder charge for Tammy, and then he also has like a couple of insurance fraud charges, I believe.
Yeah.
So a murder alive, yeah. I'm telling you, that case every week, that dude's getting sued by somebody else.
Yeah. And we've seen all you guys saying, "Hey, Carrie and Carrie."
Yeah. It was
agree.
a really good day when she got arrested. I just
Mhm.
remember thinking about time, and I was just so surprised that Chad wasn't arrested at that point either. But
Good day. Here's Lee. Hey, Lee. Too long for justice, but as long as they're behind bars, it's halfway okay. Thinking how those kids would be 2 years older and should be looking forward to the best years ahead. So true.
it
Very.
is true. It's the cruelest thing, to take somebody's life out of spite or evil. But for children, it's just I always think about Tylee, how she never seemingly had a normal, stable life.
Yeah.
It started when she was little with Joe Ryan and the whole custody battle. And she had to follow her mom's craziness throughout her whole life. And
Yeah.
poor JJ, if
So
it weren't for
Judy.
Tylee
Oh yeah, I know.
and Charles, I just always felt like JJ was kind of a meal ticket guarantee for her because she clearly didn't have a history of long marriages.
Yeah.
Um,
Jill says, I wonder where Chad's phone pinged his whereabouts when Alex was at his house during the time the bodies were being buried at his house. Good, great question. We haven't seen any of that yet. We don't know if he was smart enough to turn it off, not have it with him, or what. So
but the thing is, and I was thinking about this earlier today. Everything that we know with all the document dumps and things that have come out, that trial next January is going to rock our worlds because we're going to hear for the first time, forensic evidence, who touched the duct tape that poor JJ was wrapped in. It's just, I don't think we've seen anything yet, unfortunately, but I think all the questions will be answered
yeah.
next January. Thank you, Kathleen. We appreciate that.
So Judy, hey Judy, hey Tanya. Tanya, is it Huck? Hauk? You're finally catching alive. Cool. Stephanie May. It's funny, Michelle. We love Michelle. It's funny seeing the sign. Like we have our cool listeners always get on here. They're cool.
Y'all all cool.
Yeah, look at them. Hey, Mikhail.
Hey, Mikhail. We've been thinking about you, sweet girl.
Yep.
Yeah, speaking of grandparents, she just lost her grandma. Today would have been my pop's 89th birthday.
Wow, that's crazy.
I miss him so much.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just don't know. My Grammy's a nut and she's fun, but the two of them together, Fruit Loop can tell you, it was like a comedy show.
Yeah, it was funny because he would make smart aleck comments under his breath about your grandmother saying something or doing something. So it was always
Yeah. No, I mean, it's one of those things that I'm ready for that trial, but then I think it's going to be so painful to listen to these details.
yeah. Hey, Megan. So Tanya says, how would the K, the second way you said it? Tanya, now I forgot how I said it. Hauk. I think I said Hauk. Sounds good. Donna, you're cool.
We love our Southern gals. Well, bless your heart.
I don't think I have an accent. Oh, Carrie.
Oh my gosh, Fruit Loop. Sometimes you speak banjo when you get excited about something.
Yeah, and it depends on who I'm around. It gets worse.
Oh
So
yeah.
Carrie has a random question. Do we know why Lori and Chad weren't living at his house after they got married and before the welfare check? Did she not want to sleep where the bodies were buried? I think, and I saw this question, Carrie, and if you asked this and we didn't answer it, I'm sorry. Didn't we determine that somebody, like one of Garth was living at home, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was something to do with that, wasn't it? I mean, we
I'm
really
not
don't know for sure, but
I mean, come on. Lori married three, at least that we know of, three of her husbands in Hawaii. She had a fixation with that place.
mm,
I think that was just her little paradise. And I guess it seemed natural. They had money from poor Tammy's life insurance to run around on. And God knows how much she probably swindled from Charles's accounts.
yeah, and I think some of that, in some of the questions when they came back to Idaho and were here for a while, why didn't they live there? Whatever. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out at trial.
The next court date, off the top of my head, I think like March 18th. There's actually a couple of motions that are going to be heard that day.
We gotta wait. Yeah, that's the ones where the doctor statements will be in there or something, right?
Those are for Chad. I know that
No, I'm talking about the doctor statements. Remember the Boyce wanted the doctors didn't have their statements in Lori stuff. Isn't that in March as well?
I think so. I'm not exactly sure on the dates. I'll post those, but I know the 18th, I think Chad has a couple, and then we have the this new evidence about moving the trial. We need to break that down on a future episode where they told the cost of moving this thing to
Oh yeah,
was it Boise? And
yeah,
it's a lot of money.
it is a lot of money. And I don't know what I don't know what his kids are thinking. You know, they did that show that one. It was Dateline, right?
2020, I think.
I've been selling T-shirts at a track event for 2 days. My brain is fried.
Donna, you and me both, girl.
Yeah, a fixation for Hawaii. Yeah, it looks nice. I want to go photograph there. Take landscape pictures there.
Right. There's nothing scheduled for her. If she's competent, then I think really quickly after she's been deemed competent, we'll have that first appearance. If you remember, she was on camera, but they didn't do it because they had, I guess they had filed or Means had made the motion that she was incompetent. I'm not exactly sure what came first, but yeah, we saw that on camera, but then it was canceled. So she still has to have her first appearance, all that stuff. We got to start back over from the beginning with her.
Yeah.
That's why I think they're going to sever these trials. I really do. If she's not competent, then it's naturally going to sever.
Yeah, Curious Cat, I so agree that the forensic testimony in the Halderson trial, yeah, just imagine what they have in this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forensic evidence, we broke that. We talked about that. All the forensic, and it was on one of our episodes. We broke it all down about the duct tape and the plastic bags. Now stuff sticks to plastic.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the duct tape's going to tell you who touched that duct tape. Remember a long time ago, we tried it where you put on rubber gloves and tried to do it. It's not possible. Duct tape is like the gold of forensic evidence. It grabs everything.
Yeah.
So I've always said when they charged Chad and Lori both with murder, they've got way more than we know forensically on them, whether it be like digital forensics or physical or both. To be up for the death penalty.
Yeah. Like, I think they've got what we think about Lori. I think she's competent.
Oh yeah, I do too.
I think she's playing a game.
She's played the courts every time we've seen documents, even before the murder. She's played the courts. You know what I'm saying? She knows what she's doing.
V. Boyer, what is normal, especially in Lori's family? So true.
It is true.
And we've heard that from her own brother Adam. So
yeah, he was on.
So you forgot too. Yeah, you forgot too.
Yeah.
There's
so much we haven't heard. That's true.
Thanks, Lee.
Oh, thank you, Lee. We appreciate that. Do we think there will be other people charged? I do not. I'm not going to be surprised if we don't have anybody else charged. I mean, there's always a chance that they could find other evidence, but I think it's a little late in the game for that. The only person I really could see being charged, and I don't think it's going to happen, is Melanie Pulowski. But if they didn't have digital evidence against her as far as Brandon shooting, I just feel like at this point, any big arrest we would have seen. But you never know. I hope, because there are people that should be in jail that are not.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I totally agree. Duct tape is like super glue when it comes to evidence. I totally agree.
Adam was, I believe, on 2020. It was called Adam and Evil was the title. I thought that was pretty catchy. Yeah, he was on there, and it seems like he's the outsider in that family. He and his son.
Yeah, that's how they treat him now.
Well, yeah, and even before when Charles was alive. I mean, because they were supporting Charles and talking to him, they were kind of banished from the family already.
Yeah, he said when he went to Lori and said, and went to his mom and them and said something's going on, something's wrong. Um, that then that's when they were kind of pushed to the side. So,
Yeah.
yep. Dude, I got strangled on this water, and I saw Megan talking about my cup. Yeah,
I got ocean
chicken is
lakes.
good. Chicken is good.
This is where we have our house at the beach.
Yep.
Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, if you see my eye swollen, I was chopping up onions and I got like a squirt of juice in my eye.
You gotta rinse that. You gotta
I
put warm
rinsed it.
water
It
over it.
just, I'm having some kind of a reaction. Look at that,
How
man.
many you eat? Hey,
Gosh,
Artie. Good old Artie.
I'm curious as to Terry says, I'm curious as to why no fellow inmates or patients haven't passed on any information about her. In the very beginning, I think there was somebody in there with her who talked to maybe East Idaho News. And I remember she said something about Lori would wait to see her story come on TV. And then if you remember when Tylee was shown on the screen, she said she had blue eyes like she did. I
Yeah.
remember that part.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything huge.
But it could be too that somebody's still in there. You don't know how long they've been in there, and they could be nobody's got out yet. They're still in there.
Yeah, they need to come
Not
talk
like
to us
jail.
when they
Yeah,
get out.
exactly. It's not like jail where they're in there 10, 15 days and get out. They
Right.
could be in longer. So,
Yeah.
and other people may not want to be brought into it either.
Well, that's true. And, you don't want to be associated with her
Yeah.
if you can help
Patty,
it.
did the kids have life insurance on them too?
I don't think we know.
No, I don't think we've heard that part. We hear
You're,
little bits and pieces the more we get into it, though. Remember? Uh,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Was it
there's
Melanice who texted something about getting life insurance on the
mm,
kids before they were murdered?
yeah. Lee, that is so funny. I've not heard that in a long time. The entire family is cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. I love that commercial.
Well,
And
her parents had this battle with like the IRS, and her dad wrote a book on it. And there's been all kinds of stuff with that. But
yeah.
I think my favorite picture of Janice, and I'm not trying to be rude, but like when she's coaching softball and she's wearing the heels.
Oh, it's classic. Classic. AB says I think they realize how nuts she is and don't want a jailhouse snitch on her. Could be. She could be in a different area where there's not many people around her. I don't know. Sarah, I am so sick of this mess. All these people should be on trial. Amen.
We agree 100%. Oh, like you look at this cop case in Florida, Curtis Reeves, 8 years ago. Half the detectives that investigated this were retired. Then you got Wagner,
Yeah,
which is
that's
coming
why
up.
they
That's
said,
7 years.
yeah, that's why they would say on there, did you say this statement or what was this? And they're like, let me look. Because they are retired.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's funny, Stephanie.
Oh my goodness.
I can't walk in heels. I look like a newborn calf when I try to walk in heels.
Your youngest walks better in heels than I've ever seen anybody.
Since she was like 3, I mean, look, I ain't wearing heels unless I'm getting married or buried. That's
I'm,
my limit.
I'm past that. I am into comfort. So
You
whatever.
and me both. Like
Comfort.
Gilda Radner, she says, I base my fashion taste on what doesn't itch. Oh,
Haley. Hey, Haley.
thank you,
Oh,
V. We appreciate that very much.
Haley. I don't know how you say your middle name. Since we mess up names so much, I like trying to say this. Haley Dirtsky? Dirtsky? Conrad. Glad you called us live. V Boyer, you're awesome.
Thank you very much, Mr. or Mrs. Boyer. It's a puppy dog, so I don't know.
Snicker says I'd break a leg.
You and me both, girl. Tracy said Janice looks like an aged Lonnie Anderson. She does, actually. She kind of sort of does.
Oh yeah. I remember she was on WKRP in Cincinnati. That was a great show.
AB, that's funny because well, first of all, I'm gonna be cremated. But I told my family if something happened to me, if you put me in heels, you getting haunted. Coming back. Because I have to wear them like in my whole afterlife. I always look at my outfit and say, if I die today, this is my forever outfit. We rocking some Fleetwood Macs, though. I'm cool with that.
No way. Brittany, we talked about that one. Oh, Holly says y'all need to go deep on the crazy Murdoch case on a live, please.
Let's do.
Yeah, we
We got to
got.
get caught up.
Yeah, there's not a lot been going on with it though.
It's just a lot of lawsuits right now. My thing that I'm waiting on is any word on the double murders, Stephen Smith or Gloria Satterfield.
Yeah,
Those are kind of the three big things. At this point, I expect more financial charges. I expect more embezzlement or whatever, but I'm waiting for the big ones now.
yeah, yeah. So, hey, the sanctuary. Cool. Brittany, we talked about will Melanice ever get charged? We don't know. If anybody's going to get a charge, that's who we think it'll be.
Yeah. The sanctuary says, "Hey, ladies from Southern Arkansas, have they ever said what they may have found in the barn on Chad's property?" That's a good question. And I have constantly wondered about that because we haven't heard a word. So here's the thing, and this is not a pleasant thought. Tylee had to be dismembered somewhere. Now, I don't think it was at the townhomes
No.
because you can't do that and not obviously leave evidence behind. They had that 3D marker on that barn. So
Yep.
I really believe there's something in that area.
Yep. Hey, Carrie. Talamontes.
Hey, Deanna.
Yeah.
Snickers, Gigi, when and where is, excuse me, the Bon Jovi concert? It's in April here in Greenville, like 7 minutes from my house. I'm so excited.
I'm gonna sit at home. I'll play it on Apple Music.
I'll FaceTime you.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that.
Donna said, "I thought Armageddon was going to be really soon. Why wear sunscreen? God going to keep you young." I know that, what was it, July 20th, 2020? Came and went. Can you imagine them waking up in their little cells the next day and thinking, we are still in jail? This was all a bad idea.
Carrie, did I mess your name up? Talamantes. I thought I said it right. Talamantes. Yeah.
Talamentes.
I think that's right. Dusty. Oh, Dusty's on. Just saying, Lori and her portal body will eventually see justice. Yes. I ain't gonna lie. I wish I had a portal home with today. We had a 3 hour drive.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I have been cleaning all day. I'm telling you,
I
like
ain't gonna
spring
lie.
cleaning.
I ain't gonna lie. Y'all ever went to a track meet? This is an indoor track meet. It's all fun and games until you hear that pistol, that little start gun pistol, fire 20 million times.
No, I'm telling you, I'd be ducking and covering in this world
It's
today.
loud. It's loud. It's loud. Brittany says, I can't wait to get all the details they know from the text and locations. We got to wait another year for at least first trial. Yeah, I agree. I want to see it all. Give it all to us.
We want to sit in that courtroom.
Yeah. Yeah. True that.
If you guys hear singing, my daughter my youngest is taking a shower, and I can faintly hear her jamming out to Pink. So
Yeah, she gets loud in there. Ah, Carrie, I got it right. Woohoo! V Boyer, do you think the attorneys are holding back from a lot of evidence, or do you think it is all out in the open? If it hasn't been exposed, what could be hidden? Any thoughts? Which V Boyer? I'm not sure which. Are you talking about Daybell?
I think for Daybell, pretty much most of the evidence tied to the kids and Tammy's murder, we have not heard about. I think what we know is a scratch on the surface compared to what we're going to find out in that trial. They can't get the death penalty, like all these murder charges, and put death on the table with just what we've seen. There's got to be some things that directly tie them to either before, during, or after, or all three, or a combination.
Yeah.
I think we're going to find forensic evidence. We're maybe, like surveillance evidence. There's just so much that could be there evidence wise. And I just feel so bad for the families that have to sit and listen to this. I mean, they're going to have to relive most likely the worst days of their life twice if these trials get severed. Kay, Larry, Crusha, Colby, Annie, everybody is just, they're going to have to relive this. They're going to have to hear details they probably haven't heard. They don't get told everything.
Oh yeah, and we remember the reaction that Kay and Larry had when they talked about JJ. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be very tough. So Megan I just lost it. Sorry. We're slow to read. Any updates on Alexis Ware? That would be.
No, there's crazy rumor and speculation. The Facebook groups are off the charts just with a lot of stuff, but no, we haven't heard anything past what I talked about this weekend on the episode where Fruit Loop was traveling. I'm very invested in this case. I know people that know her. A cousin of mine does all of her kids' birthday cakes. So it's kind of a 6 degrees of separation with this case. And no, so hopefully we hear something soon. It's hard to tell with investigators. Are they being quiet because they're working these leads? They've got something in mind, or is it quiet because it's kind of gone cold for a bit?
Yeah, Carrie, this is a great question. Do you think police questioned Zulema about her sending death lasers or whatever to Charles when JJ was in the car? That topic wasn't in the police videos we saw. I want to hear her response so bad. I totally agree.
Yeah.
How do you defend that?
Yeah, because her intent in doing that was to hurt JJ if need be because he was with Charles. Now, this is all, crazy tinfoil hat stuff, but for me, it tells me what kind of woman she is.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the other thing about her. I want to know why you took that ring off when she went in there.
Yes, me too.
Slides it off, puts it maybe in a small wallet or something, and
Mm-hmm.
then sticks it under her leg. I want to know why.
Yeah.
Patty, I totally agree. I bet the dumbbell group is hoping the interest in all this is going to die down. Yeah, we all waiting. We ain't going nowhere. Oh no, 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 no.
Hey, Carrie.
Oh, here we go, Brittany. Thing about all we had from Chandler trial. Um, yeah, the Halderson stuff.
Yeah, because we saw on there where they got tools of dismemberment and found tiny, tiny specks of blood and were able to say it was Krista's. Yeah, that's what we don't know. And I think that that's going to be the stuff where our mouth flies open. And here's the thing, we assume it was Alex who murdered the kids, and maybe it was, but we don't know that for sure. We're speculating on that.
Yep.
All that is going to come out. Is it true Mark Mean's wife divorced him? I haven't heard.
Hadn't heard that one.
But look, I'm going to say this. It has to be tough for his wife and kids because they didn't ask to be in the middle of this, and it's kind of been a fiasco up until they kicked him out.
Yeah.
I feel bad for his family because,
Yep.
have they laid the children to rest yet? I haven't heard anything. We haven't either.
Yeah, as last we heard that they still hadn't released the bodies, so
Yeah.
And Kat, I think that's true that she maybe had remarried,
I'll have
but
to
you
check
ought
the
to
records.
know police would know that. I don't
Yeah.
know why you're trying to hide it.
Yeah. Yeah. It just didn't seem like Zulema, she still seemed really defensive over them
Yeah.
in those interviews to me. Not like in a huge way, but enough that I caught on it.
Yeah. V Boyer, I wonder if Zulema was drilled by the detectives and what she has shed light on about the dumbbells. Yeah, she has immunity. Immunity, ain't that right? Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard partial immunity. I don't really know, but here's the thing. If they can get information from her that's going to solidify the convictions against Chad and Lori, they're going to do that.
Yeah.
If they can't get her much. Now, unconfirmed, I just got a text. It's unconfirmed, but somebody has heard that. I feel bad even talking about his personal life, but that Mark Means and his wife are divorcing, but allegedly for entertainment purposes only.
Allegedly.
We need to start saying that actually, so we don't get sued, but
for entertainment purposes only.
Right. Language of horses. Hey.
I remember that. She was on last time.
Yep.
Megan, I'm pretty sure that Lori and Chad are going to blame it on Alex because he isn't here to tell everyone how crazy they really are. I totally, and I think that's a bat. Yeah. And poop. Yeah. They really are crazy.
That's funny. Yeah. Well,
chocolate ice cream.
Well, of course they're going to blame it on the dead guy, but The thing is, y'all know I watch Forensic Files. You can't get away with nothing these days, y'all. They can play the blame game all they want. Investigators know how this went down.
Yeah.
They know who did what. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'm just hoping, I'm telling you, I'm hoping that Alex wasn't as stupid and didn't leave anything behind to tell everything.
You
Maybe.
know, we haven't even really seen stuff from his phone in a big capacity either. That may answer a lot of questions like, did he call Chad right before he went to that property? Were they texting? Were there code words? You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason that I'm looking forward to trial, not only just to see them be found guilty, but to answer a lot of questions that we can only guess.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, Rose is right. Those poor people.
Yeah.
Wait, Snickers, man, I'm afraid of my Google searches. I told Fruit Loop
Uh,
if I go missing or something happens, please explain to investigators. We have a true crime podcast, and I'm not a freak.
yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I do. It's bad. People think you crazy if they looked up your phone.
Oh my God, yeah. My kids, my daughter's like, can I do my homework on the iMac? And I'm like, yeah, let me log out. Why can't I
Yeah,
just use yours?
for real. No, no.
Because then she hits the back button one too many times, and like there's crime scene photos, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Carrie, Lori probably told Mark his wife was going dark.
Oh.
Probably so.
Mm.
Probably so. Mm,
He's been quiet though. I mean,
yeah. I don't know. I feel bad for his kids.
yeah, I do too. He's got like teenagers, I think. It's hard.
Okay, we do have a really cool live coming up Saturday. This Saturday, what date is that? 26th? Yeah, at 7.
Yeah, something like that.
They just saw you count on your fingers.
Shut
Yeah.
up. You took the same math class as me, and if you had
I
to count
did.
right now, you'd be using those little fingers
Yeah.
too.
No, I just use my phone.
Oh,
Yeah, I just use
what's
my
quicker to use my fingers?
yeah,
I
there
can
you
use my finger right now. No, I'm
go.
teasing.
You better be nice. Uh yeah, so we're having a really cool, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be hard. Y'all better be on there to help us.
Oh, look at Reed. Check this out. You're all about to go on a bike ride through the streets of Shanghai. Isn't technology wonderful? I don't need to miss the live stream. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, that's
I wish I could get in my portal and join you for this bike ride. But
hey, what are you gonna be in one of those little what do you call them little things? It's got the bike on it and you can get in, you can sit in it. You know what I'm talking about? They're called something. Oh, come on.
are you talking
Reed.
about like a little basket where somebody pedals for you?
Yes. They're called rickshaw. I think it's a rickshaw.
I think Reed's gonna pedal herself.
I'm just saying, is it a rickshaw, Reed? I need to see this. Rickshaw, see? That's what I thought it was. I ain't gonna
Look
tell
at
you
you
how
all
I knew.
smart.
Well, you know how I knew that? We had VBS one time. It was called Rickshaw Rally, and that's what it was. One of the little
Oh
things.
yeah. See, if my right arm depended on it, I wouldn't have got that right.
There's Andrea from T-shirt Quilts. Hey, Andrea.
Hey Andrea. GGB won. We got another Gigi here.
That's cool. So yeah, so voting this week, y'all look for the forums up because when you sign up or whatever, you put your name in the hat to win a really cool pillow from
Yes.
Cool.
And you could look behind me. There's my Clemson. Gosh, I never get this right. Clemson and pretty look, y'all. I can't. It messes with my brain to look in this camera and try to point. Everything's backwards.
It's opposite.
If you look between my head, you can see two awesome pillows. There we go.
It says hello, hello.
Well, look, I'm getting the logo for back here. Like it's being printed right now. So I'm going to have to actually put my camera up. But it was a little boring back there, and I've been spring cleaning. So I have found a few things that I brought out.
Sweet. Hello. Haha, Snicker says means got translated. Oh, yeah, it is a rickshaw. I want to see those. I love those things.
So they wonder if Means is in trouble. I mean, the thing is, just because he was removed doesn't mean that he is free from any consequence of things that happened while he was an attorney.
Yeah, true.
And that's what the state put out there. They were talking about all these things he had violated. So, you know, silence is golden.
Liz, yes, contact Too Cool T-shirts after senior musical was over this week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great senior gift.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
That is a
Really
really
cool.
good
Music
idea.
notes, yeah, music note stuff will look really cool on that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I got my t-shirts ready. I just hadn't had the chance. My Yankee shirts are ready to go, Andrea. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, thanks, Lynn.
Oh, thank you, Lynn.
Are you going to go over the text in Arizona doc drop? I would love to hear your thoughts.
It just hit me, Fruit Loop. We totally got sidetracked on something. I think the text stuff was the last thing that we needed to do. Thank you, Lynn. We will get on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Murdoch got really busy and then yeah, so you're right, Lynn. Thank you. We'll do that soon. Like I
Yeah.
think I already have the notes on that.
Yep. I see Michelle doing that some on their stuff. So yeah. Andrea, I will. I promise. I promise. They're over there on my closet shelf. Yeah. So this has been really cool.
Yeah, this has been fun. Man, what's weird is don't you feel like you know the family, and it's almost like you feel this connection with the victims. Like we've talked about them so much. It feels like you know them.
Yeah. Stephanie,
Man,
did we miss somebody's question? I like watching y'all interact. Y'all interact with Snickers, Stephanie May. Uh, she says silence is gold, and we may have missed your question. I'm sorry if we did. We're trying.
how many people has Lori converted in the hospital?
Zero.
I
Zero.
don't know. I mean, come on, there's gullible people everywhere. Jim Jones got like 1,000 to drink cyanide.
Yeah, that's crazy.
1,000 people, like, what? I mean, it's odd that somebody with their mouth can bring people like. I mean, this is a really small scale of it, but look at the devastation with a small group of people who believe nonsense, hogwash stuff.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
we're here.
Yeah. So this has been cool. Y'all save your questions up for the live because we're gonna do another one Saturday. Um,
Oh, somebody said Jim Jones forced a lot of those people. I don't know a ton about it, but I mean, a little bit. I need to watch something.
yeah, yeah. So Saturday, look for the forums this week. You can sign up, pick a team, and we're doing Crimedy. What is Crimedy? So you have to tune in to check it out, and hopefully, I can pull out a win this time.
7 Eastern is when it is. Do you think that Tally's body was moved? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe if the dismemberment didn't happen at Chad's, it had to happen somewhere. They processed that truck. That's stuff I want to know about.
Yep, yep. All
Yes,
right,
the live's going to be fun, y'all.
it is. It
Me and
is.
Fruit Loop are very competitive. So, like, friendship's off the table when we're competing.
Yeah, yeah.
No mercy.
We are competitive. All right, guys.
All right, we're going to jump off. I got to get up at 5:30.
Yeah,
So we will see you again this Saturday. To everybody who donated a super sticker, we appreciate you. Um, and just for you guys taking 38 minutes out of your evening to hang out with us. We really do appreciate you guys. And we will see you tomorrow with a new episode.